Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman as we look to the weekend. What can we expect? It's going to be another hot one for us tomorrow, huh?
Find a pool, find a lake, something, because it is going to be toasty. Take a look at tomorrow in the Rogue Valley. Lots of sunshine, very high UV index. It won't take long to burn without sunscreen, and we'll climb well up into the 90s, 95 degrees by 3 o'clock, 97 degrees around 6 p.m. A high of 99 in Medford, 98 degrees in Grants Pass, 95 for you folks in Wairika, and even in the Basin, a good shot at hitting 90 tomorrow in Klamath Falls. Cool though for coastal communities with marine layer clouds and fog, up to 62 degrees in Brookings. Tomorrow, if you're going to be heading to the Rogues game, 96 degrees at 6:35 for first pitch. A bit of a breeze, but it's still going to be much warmer than what we've seen so far this season. By 9 o'clock, 85 degrees with clear skies. Taking a look at your weekend, it is going to be even hotter for inland areas on Sunday. Good shot that in Medford and Grants Pass we'll hit 100 degrees for the first time this year. And we'll be watching Northern California, Wairika, a slight chance of a thunderstorm on Sunday afternoon, a high of 97 degrees. Let's take a look at your forecast. Maybe planning a lake day on Sunday, 98 degrees for Applegate Lake. Getting up to 98 for Immigrant Lake as well. Lots of sunshine. All in all, pretty nice lake day. Heading up into the Cascades, Willow Lake up to 91, 87 degrees for Fish Lake with mostly sunny skies. And then as we head further south, Howard Prairie Lake up to about 88 degrees, 93 for Upper Klamath Lake, and then 86 for high at Lake of the Woods. Should be dry, but as you head down to Northern California, heading to Lake Siskiyou, there will be at least a slight chance for a thunderstorm with a high of 95 degrees, even hotter heading to Shasta Lake. But you head up to Crater Lake, temperature is actually fairly comfortable this weekend, up to 73 degrees for Sunday. Monday, 74 with a thunderstorm possible. Here's a look at Stormcast as we go through the day tomorrow. All in all, fairly quiet. A few fair weather cumulus clouds down in Northern California. Marine layer clouds and fog will be fairly prevalent as we go throughout the weekend. A big change from what we've seen this week. And then as we go on into Sunday afternoon, there are those isolated thunderstorms popping up into Siskiyou and Modoc County. I think we'll avoid that in southern Oregon rather. But then on Monday, notice a little bit more numerous shower and thunderstorm development, and this will include portions of southern Oregon, even the Rogue Valley. So we'll really be honing in on Monday and Tuesday for thunderstorms through a good chunk of the region. Once we get past the early portions of this next week, it does cool off. Temperatures a little bit more comfortable for the Rogue Valley by later this next week. For your 7-day forecast along the coast, fairly cool conditions this weekend. Notice we warm up a bit next week. Winds will really crank up. You'll notice some pretty strong wind gusts later on next week. Northern California, hotter this weekend. Slight chance of a thunderstorm on Sunday. Better chances for storms Monday and Tuesday. And then into the Klamath Basin, also looking at that thunderstorm potential early next week. Definitely some hotter temperatures in the days ahead with those highs at least into the lower 90s. Up into the mountains, dry this weekend, but we'll have those thunderstorm chances early next week. And then in the Rogue Valley, expecting a very hot weekend, but this heat spell, it's going to be a few days, but then temperatures dropping back as we go through the later portions of next week.